So I found this mod on Steam, and using my expert Chinese abilities, I can understand that it says there is no, what is it? No Europe or West Asia CPU. Ha ha ha. Uh, Hopefully this will run. Wait, never mind. I'm stupid. It's only Europe and West Asia. I should have known that. Anyway, this should be interesting. I mean, there's gonna be a lot of stuff to colonize. That's for sure. Actually, no. There will be no colonialism because, well, it's all wasteland. Why? Why do they do this? Who knows? And there's a land bridge looking thing over here, so they're not going to be. It's just a string of impassable wasteland over here, so they're not going to be leaving Europe either. But can they leave? It looks like they can still go out the Suez and come over here and do nothing. And there are no trade nodes coming from the wasteland. It all just looks like this. I mean, I don't know why there's all these like nodes coming from and going to the wasteland, but they're not gonna be doing anything useful. So, I mean, just about every country in Europe that's normally powerful is going to suffer major weaknesses. I mean, the Russians, like, they're not gonna have Siberia to colonize. I mean, the Europeans, they're not gonna be able to colonize, well, anything. Like like the Ottomans and HRE and like honestly, I'm thinking it's gonna be down to like the Ottomans and Poland, Lithuania. They're gonna be the winners. Muscovy is still expanding pretty fast, despite having well, I mean, it doesn't really matter yet because they're not at the point where they start causing Siberia yet. But I mean, somehow Denmark did take this place over here. I don't know how they did that. But the Turkmen was still occupied by Novgorod, so it's not like Denmark's defeating Muscovy right. Somehow Oldenburg annexed Burgundy, which means that they get these weird borders with like, land up here in the north and this stuff all here. Where even is their capital? The capital's all the way up here, so I mean, I don't know how that happened. Probably through a royal marriage. Shirvan doing pretty well for themselves over here. They got themselves a Caspian, well, they got themselves like a good empire over here. Yeah, that might not last long. And now is about the time that the Western Europeans would normally start colonizing, so it'll be interesting to see what changes take place without that. France did just take that, what is it, Oldenburg, all their, like, that territory. Wait, no, they annexed something else. I don't even know what happened. Well, for whatever reason that Christopher Columbus decided to go on his expedition in this universe, he must have been pretty disappointed to realize there was this massive ice wall blocking him from going anywhere, but he still made good use of his expedition by colonizing Bermuda, but that's about as far as Europe as the Europeans are gonna get. Well, Muscovy has annexed everything that borders Siberia, so that's about as far as they can go east, except I lied because, well, when I said there was no colonizable terrain, colonizable land, that was actually wrong because, well, there's all this over here. I mean, there's all this available for colonization by Muscovy, most likely, which is what they're doing here. But that's the only colonizable terrain available in the whole map. I mean, can Muscovy even form Russia without any land over this way? But speaking of formable nations, I've never seen this before. I mean, who knows if that'll last. Denmark has almost fully unified Scandinavia, and they're going to war with Muscovy right away. This could be the war that determines whoever wins the game, basically. This will quite possibly be the most important war in the game. The age of discovery has ended, but well, I don't think many discoveries took place, except for Bermuda. Okay, so Spain took Brittany, or at least most of it, so I mean, it looks like France may be losing to Spain. So Russia can still form, and well, this whole Egypt thing isn't going to last much longer, because the Ottomans are already starting to make way into Egypt. And it appears as if Russia and Denmark have ended their war in a white peace, so I guess that we don't really know who's gonna be the most powerful country in the world yet. We just witnessed Portugal send 5,000 men over to deal with a rebellion of 1,000 religious zealots. Like, come on, Portugal, they're the farthest point away from. They're the most isolated island on Earth. Can't you just let them do whatever they want? And Russia is losing land to the Ottomans. Perhaps their fate is already sealed. Not only is Portugal keeping those men stationed there, but they also sent over 3,000 more men and a general. Like, why? But imagine how chill that would be, though. Like, you join the Portuguese army, I expect you're gonna go, like, fight in a bunch of wars and risk your life, but then you just get sent to the most isolated piece of land anywhere in the world. Most isolated place anywhere in the world, and you just get to chill there. The tides have turned a little bit in the conflict between Spain and France because, well, France just took all that stuff that Spain took from them and took a bit of northern Spain. And the army stationed on Bermuda is gone now. Must have been a pretty chill few years for those soldiers. Russia just lost some land to the Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth, so they're already losing to them. I think my prediction will be correct. Russia just lost to both Scandinavia and the Ottomans, so it'll be interesting to see what part Scandinavia plays in this whole game. Well, the siege of Vienna was a success, so it'll be interesting to see what the Ottomans do next. Italy is now basically split in three between Naples, Tuscany, and Venice, and the Ottomans. Why are there 32,000 Portuguese soldiers in Bermuda? And Austria is gone. Bavaria has fallen. Russia just annexed Finland from Scandinavia, but now they're at war with the Ottomans, so who knows if they'll survive to be a great power at the end of the game. Russia lost that war to the Ottomans and lost one province, but the Ottomans do now own or have vassalized all countries to their east, with the exception of Russia. Scandinavia and Poland-Lithuanian Commonwealth are now at war. Well, actually, they just finished their war, and well, the Commonwealth won. Scandinavia also lost Iceland, and now they're at war with East Frisia. I'm gonna assume that they're not the primary enemy. Okay, yeah, it's them against Brandenburg now. Scandinavia's decline has likely begun. They lost the blue blob to the Commonwealth. They lost this area to Cologne. They lost a lot of land in Denmark to East Frisia and Brandenburg, and of course Iceland. And Scandinavia is officially no longer anything close to a great power. Russia just took all the land north. And Brandenburg has annexed East Frisia. Bavaria is gone for real this time, with the Ottomans now owning much of, southeastern Germany. Brandenburg has taken all of Denmark. Scandinavia just can't catch a break. Shortly after that, Russia just came in and annexed all but a few provinces now. Brandenburg is lost to the Commonwealth, and the Commonwealth took some from Scandinavia, and looks like Russia's about to finish Scandinavia off for good. And the Ottomans, they just keep taking land from south of Germany. The Ottomans have left a single province for the Scandinavians to enjoy their last few years of independence and reminisce about how they were once one of the greatest powers in the world. Spain has gone revolutionary. They got a pretty nice flag. Russia just lost a war to the Commonwealth, and well, that means Scandinavia got some land back. Finland's also a thing for some reason. But Scandinavia is a march of Brandenburg now, so that's the way that is. And the march is like a vassal, but with more autonomy. But they give their like host nation more manpower. The Ottomans have united the north of Italy, and Spain has taken over the south. Well, we have revolutionary Turkey instead of the Ottoman Empire now. We also have revolutionary Spain, France, Lübeck. What is their flag looking like? I'm not zooming into that. Tuscany, and Venice. Oh, and Naples. I think that's all. Tuscany just annexed the southern half of Portugal somehow. No idea how they did that. Also, but yeah, so Bermuda is still Portuguese. We got revolutionary Morocco with a single province down here in North Africa. That's all they have. So many revolutions. I guess that's what happens when life is so boring, because you're stuck on one continent for all of history. Portugal has been annexed by Spain, with the southern half still belonging to revolutionary Tuscany, and Sami got independence after Brandenburg lost a war to the Commonwealth, but they went revolutionary immediately after. They got a Chad-looking flag, or Romania. Better hope they don't get independence in this timeline. And now Brandenburg is losing to Turkey, and England and France are fighting now, finally. What else? And where's the capital of Portugal now? Dang. Azores. Why there? Well, better than Africa, I suppose. Why didn't they put it in Bermuda? Imagine if they did that. Also, Bermuda has 36 development, which is only like 10 development less than many European capitals. So, I mean, they just got like a megalopolis over on this island that's far away, that contains the people who are the farthest, most isolated people in the world. It might be over for Brandenburg. They did just lose the entire southern half of their country to the Turkish, and now the Turkish own much of southern Germany. And Iceland's independent now, so France didn't do much in their war against Britain, but they did take the few provinces that were along their coast. Also, Scandinavia is actually a vassal of the Ottomans, well, the Turkish now, so that they'll probably make it to the end of the game. So the Egyptians have gained independence after war with the Ottomans and, well, the Turkish, and well, the Turkish actually lost some provinces in South Anatolia, and they lost some in Germany, but it likely is not the start of their downfall. The Ottomans lost a little bit of land to Poland and Lithuania, but not a whole lot, but that's because they weren't the primary target of the Commonwealth in that war. The Commonwealth, they were after the Pope, which existed somewhere around here. Well, they still exist, actually, so I don't know, maybe they ended in like a I don't know what they did there. And the Bermudan peasants are rising up. And so that's the end of that campaign. A lot of interesting wars that we will not be able to see the end of. Well, by that I mean we got Commonwealth at war with Brandenburg here, which means by extension they are at war with Russia. And at the end of there, Spain took some territory from Egypt along the coast, and Jared's actually a vassal of Spain. They've been like that for a while, actually. And what else? This whole time, Liège has been over in the top corner of Germany, but I didn't mention them. Scandinavia still made it to the end, but that's only because they are a vassal of the Turkish. Wait, are they? Okay, maybe not. Well, it is true, but they're currently annexing them, so, I mean, if the game were to continue, that would not end. I mean, Scandinavia would not live to the end. Honestly, like, all in all, the campaign went pretty much exactly how I'd expect it to. Turkish and Commonwealth just going crazy. They're the dominant ones. World power list is like so. Actually, interesting. France is ahead of the Commonwealth. Then of course we got revolutionary Turkey at the top, and Spain, Britain, Liège, Russia, and Egypt. Egypt managed to survive. Somehow Hejaz is independent down here. What is it? Revolutionary Hejaz. Of course it is. What else? We also got still a peasant rebellion on the island. They got 50,000. Like, come on, Portugal, can you just let them do whatever they want at this point? Sapmi is still alive somehow. Who are they allied with? No one. Okay, that's... How are they still alive? They have no allies. A few small countries in Germany. And we got, like, Flanders over here. Revolutionary Flanders, of course. Got Oldenburg still alive. Revolutionary. Okay, Theodoro's back. They must have became independent after the Turkish lost their war to Egypt. Yeah, they're quickly trying to get some alliances so that they can not die immediately. Same with Hejaz. What's this? We also got Cologne still alive. Not going revolutionary, are they? Savoy's over here. How many countries are even left in the game at this point? So there are 21 countries currently left in the game. So now we know what would have happened in history if Europe was like the only continent that the Europeans bothered interacting with somehow. What scenario should I do next?